Hello everyone and welcome to the Learn Services. In this video I'm going to talk about REST questions like GDS paper 2 general studies question. So it's from paper 2 to 120 question. So let's talk about 52nd one. Which one of the following peasant struggle was an outcome of British opium policy? So it's Pholaguri Dawa. This was in Assam. Birasait Ulgulan, Pabna revolt, and Maratha peasant uprising. It was the oldest one and it was Pholaguri Dhawa. Okay, it was in Assam. Second one, 53rd one was which one of the following statement about the Sayyid brothers during the period of later Mughals is not true? So they brought Jahandar Shah to power. Okay, this is right. They yielded administrative power. That's also true. They followed a tolerant religious policy. Okay, so this is the possible answer. Okay, they reached an agreement with the king's house. So that is also true. So C option is right one. Which of the following statement? Okay, which of the following statement with regard to heterodox sect between the 6th and 4th century BC are correct? The Jain ideas were already being circulated in the 7th century BC by Parshva. Okay, although Buddhism and to a lesser extent Jainism took account of the changes in the material life and reacted against orthodoxy, neither of these sought to abolish the caste system. Okay, this is also seems right. The first female disciple of Mahavira is said to have been a captured slave woman. So this seems wrong answer option. Buddha held that nuns could attain spiritual liberation just like a monk and granted them an equal status in the mendicant order. So that seems right. So we can go with option number C. Okay, C option seems right. 1, 2 and 4. Third option is not true. Now let's talk about 55th question. Which of the following combinations of the year and event concerning the French Revolution is correctly matched? Okay, 1789 Napoleonic Code, 1791 Tennis Court Oath, 1792 National Convention. So this is the right option. 1804 New Constitution of France. So 1792 is the right option. 56th one. Who among the following is the author of the book Social Contract? So is Rousseau, Rousseau. Now let's talk about 57th one. Who among the following is the recipient of Gyanapith Award 2016? So is Sanka Ghosh. Okay, Sanka Ghosh. Now let's talk about 58th one. The Sustainable Development Goal, which was adopted by United Nations Organization UNO in place of Millennium Development Goal 2015, aimed to achieve the 17 goals by the year 2030. This is a very popular question. 2030. Okay, 2016 to 2030. Now let's talk about 59th question. Tejan Bai, a recipient of the MS Subbulakshmi Centenary Award 2016, is an exponent in. This is our right option. Bandhavani, a traditional performing art. Okay. 60th one. Let's talk about 60th one. Whoever the following is the recipient of Dada Saheb Phalke Award 2016. So Manoj Kumar. Okay. Now let's talk about 61st question. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given by the list. Okay. Type of deficit, fiscal deficit. So fiscal deficit is total expenditure minus revenue receipts and non-debt capital receipts. Okay, this is fiscal deficit. Total expenditure minus revenue receipt. Okay, so revenue deficit is revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. This is revenue deficit. Effective revenue deficit minus grants for creation of capital assets. So revenue deficit minus grant for creation of capital assets. Primary deficit is the fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Primary deficit is fiscal deficit minus interest payment. So A option is right. This is kind of economic question. So this is a little confusing one, but you can solve it if you will try. Okay, now let's talk about 62nd question. Tughalqabad Fort. We have to find out the chronology. Okay, so we'll check it out. So Tughalqabad Fort, Bada Gumbad in Lodi Garden, Qutub Minar, Fatehpur Sikri. So first was established Qutub Minar. Then after is Tughalqabad Fort. Then after came Bada Gumbad in Lodi Garden. Then after it was Fatehpur Sikri. So option is 3, 1, 2, 4. Okay, this is chronology. Let's start with 63rd one. With regard to nature of Mughal state, whoever the following scholars argued that the peculiar feature of the state in Mughal India was that it served not merely as the protective arm of the exploiting classes, but was itself the principal instrument of exploitation. It was by Arthur Ali. Okay, he argued that, Arthur Ali. Okay, remember this one. This was a little tough one, but okay. Match list 1 with list 2 and select the correct answer using the code given by the list. Okay, so type of land and meaning. So Urvara means fertile land. Okay, so we'll go with this option. Means A ka 2. Maru means desert land. So B ka 4. Nandi Matrika goes for 1. So land watered by river. Okay, so Nandi Matrika is land watered by river, and Dev Matrika is land watered by rain. So Dev Matrika. So Nandi Matrika is land watered by river. Dev Matrika is the land watered by rain. So right option is D. Okay, 2, 4, 1, 3. Now let's talk about 65th question. Who was the editor of the journal Indian Social Reformer that was started in 1890? So it was K.N. Natarajan. So remember this one. Indian Social Reformer was started in 1890 by K.N. Natarajan. Now let's talk about 66th question. So you have to match industrial region and country. So this is very famous, Leipzig. I think many people don't know. This is in Germany. Detroit, you know, Detroit is very famous place. It's in USA. Lorraine is in France, and Cumberland is in UK. So like kind of England. So Cumberland. So right option is, we'll go with C. Okay, A ka 4, B ka 1, C ka 3, D ka 2. Okay, now let's talk about 67th question. So we have to match Satpura. Satpura goes for which one? Satpura goes for this third one. Okay, Vindhya goes for second one, and Aravalli, you know what, between 2 and 3, Satpura, Vindhya and Satpura, Narmada river flows, and Aravalli is the first one, is nearby. It goes up to Delhi, and Mahadev, this is the fourth one. Okay, so we can check it out. So this is the right option, C. A ka 3, B ka 2, C ka 1, D ka 4. So now let's talk about 68th question. Which of the following statements in respect of Indian peninsular plateau are correct? So Deccan plateau gradually rises from north to south. This is right. Okay, this is right. Southern part is high, extremely high. Okay, the Malwa plateau dominates the Vindhyan scarps, forming the eastern flank of the plateau. So this also seems right. The western Satpuraj separate the Narmada and Tapi river. So this is very true. And the Chota Nagpur plateau is composed of Archean granite and gneiss rocks. So this is also true. So we'll go with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Let's see. Okay, there you go. We'll go with 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is the right option. Now let's talk about 69th one. Which of the following criteria got the highest weight for determination of shares of state in the formula given by 14th Finance Commission? So this is area. Area got the maximum highest weight. Okay. A money bill passed by the, this is very important question, 70 question, this is polity question. A money bill passed by the Lok Sabha can be held by the Rajya Sabha for how many weeks? It's 14 days actually, so it's 2 weeks. Okay. 71th one. Constitutional safeguard available for civil servant are ensured by the Article 312. Okay. This is the for safeguard for civil servant. A writ issued to secure the release of a person found to be detained illegally is habeas corpus. This is, you know, habeas corpus. Which of the following cannot be introduced first in the Rajya Sabha? So it's annual financial statement. Okay. Constitutional amendment can be, CAG report can be, bill to alter the boundaries of any state. Okay, that can be done. So C option is right. 74th one is the National Commission for Women was created by an amendment in the Constitution of India. Yeah, some constitutional body can be amended, but National Commission for Women is not constitutional body. A decision of Union Cabinet. Yeah, some non-constitutional body can be done, but like Niti Aayog, but it's not like that. An act passed by the Parliament, so it's like a statutory body, so it can be like an act passed by the Parliament. National Commission for Women can be created. So this is the right option. Whoever the following was Chief Justice of India when public interest litigation was introduced in the Indian judicial system? So you know, Mr. P.N. Bhagwati is called the father of PIL. He introduced PIL, so he was Chief Justice of India at that time. So Mr. Justice P.N. Bhagwati. Now let's talk about 76th one. When the following statement about the All India Services is correct, the All India Services may be created by an act of Parliament. Yeah, that's kind of seems like true. But the endorsement of the Rajya Sabha is not essential for the creation of an All India Services. This is definitely not true. This is wrong. Okay. And the third one is this: rules of recruitment to the All India Services are determined by the UPSC. So this is already written in the Lakshmikant. So this seems true. And the condition of service to All India Services may be altered by the UPSC. So it seems actually DOPT does such kind of things. So I cannot say for that. So C seems right option at here. By the way, A option is also seems right. It can be created by an act of the Parliament. So by the way, A option seems more right, but C option is also seems right. So there is a little confusion, but let's see. The C option seems better. Which of the following statement about emergency provisions under the Constitution of India is not correct? So the powers of the Union Executive extend to giving directions to the states concerning the exercise of their power. This seems right. The Union Executive can issue provisions relating to reduction of salaries of employees of the state government. Yeah, during financial emergency it can be done. Governors have no emergency powers like the President of India. Yeah, that's true. If the governor of a state is satisfied that a situation has arisen whereby the financial stability or credit of the state is threatened, he may declare financial emergency in the state. No, governor don't have such kind of power. So okay, he cannot do that. So D option is wrong. So it's right option. Now let's talk about 78th question. The National Handloom Day is observed on. It's 7th August. Everybody knows that. Definitely, sometimes it's difficult, but this is what we do. Okay, now let's talk about 79th one. Venus, the first environmental research satellite, was launched in August 2017 by which one of the following countries? So it's by Israel. Okay. With the following was the theme of the World Environment Day 2017. So it's connecting people to the nature. This is a very important one actually. Okay. 81st one. The all-women expedition of Indian Navy to circumnavigate the globe on the sailing vessel INS V Tarini is scheduled to have 4 stopovers. Which one of the following is not one of them? So let me tell you. It's Fremantle, then it's Littleton, then it's Port Stanley, and this is Cape Town actually. But Durban is not right option. So Durban is not right option. Okay. Why was constitutional amendment needed for introducing GST? So states were not willing to agree with the union for introduction of GST without amendment in the constitution. So this seems right actually. This is the right option. GST was to be implemented on concurrent basis and Article 246 was inadequate for such a case. So seems not right. The empowered committee of finance minister had recommended for constitutional amendment. No. The GST Council had recommended for constitutional amendment so that its power enhances. It doesn't seem right. Now let's talk about the 83rd question. Where is the world's first partition museum inaugurated recently? So it's in Amritsar. Okay. 84th one. The Setu Bharatam program of the government of India is a program for building bridges for safe and seamless travel on national highways. Actually, some places where railway crossing is there, so government of India is building bridges for safe and seamless travel so that no obstruction can be there, okay, because of railway lines. Now let's talk about 85th one. Which one of the following statement about the Global Environment Facility grant agreement signed by India in August 2017 with the World Bank for Ecosystems Service Improvement Project is not correct? So the size of the project is about USD $25 million. Yeah, that's true. That's approximately $24.6 million. The duration of the project is 15 years. No, it's actually 5 years. So this option is not correct. The project will entirely be financed by the World Bank out of its GEF Trust Fund. Yeah, that's true. Global Environment Facility Fund. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change will implement the project. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So option B is right. Now let's talk about 86th question. UBI as an alternative for subsidies in poverty alleviation stands for Universal Basic Income. This is very important question, and Universal Basic System is right. Income is right. UBI. Let's talk about 87th question. Which of the following authorities has recently launched the mobile apps My Fastag and Fastag Partner? This was recently launched actually during demonetization time. National Highway Authority. Okay. Now let's talk about 88th one. Pragati scholarship scheme of the government of India is meant for technical education of girls. Okay, this is it. Remember this one. This is very important. 89th one. Which one of the following is not a feature of Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana? So it focuses on community participation. That's true. It is to be guided by member of parliament. Yeah, they have to pick 1 gram. It aims at creating infrastructure for the village. That's true. A village development plan would be prepared for every identified gram panchayat. No, that's not true. Okay, so D option is right. 90th one. Which one of the following is not included in the National Air Quality Index? So SO2 is there, NO2 is there, lead is there, methane is not there. Okay, please remember one more gas is not there. CO2 is also not there. Carbon monoxide is there. 8 gases are included in the National Air Quality Index, NAQI. Okay. The Nobel Prize in Physics for the year 2016 was given. All of them was given. David J. Tholes, F. Duncan, M. Haldane, and J. Michael Kostrelch. So all of them was given the Nobel Prize in Physics. Okay. Which of the following political parties was launched by Irom Sarmila? Oh, this is very popular lady in Manipur. She was hunger strike for several years. So People's Resurgence and Justice Alliance. This is her party actually. And 93rd one. Which one of the following planets was explored by Cassini mission, launched by NASA, which ended in September 2017? So it's actually Saturn. Okay, Cassini mission. Let's talk about 94th one. Match list. This is matching. So Bass Strait between Australia and Tasmania, you know that. Davis Strait is between Canada and Greenland. Okay. Dover Strait, it is between UK and France. Dover Strait is very important strait. Florida Strait is in between USA and Cuba. Okay, Florida Strait. So option is A, obviously. 95th one. So we have to check the passes and place. So Zojila Pass. So where is it located? It's located in Jammu and Kashmir. Sipkila Pass, it is located in the Himachal Pradesh. Lipulekh this pass is located in Uttarakhand, and Nathula is located in Sikkim. Okay, so option is A. This option is right. C option is right. Now let's talk about 96th question. Matching, there is matching. So Tisco is for Tata Steel, so iron and steel. Balco, so Balco is for aluminum. Bharat Aluminum Corporation, like BPCL, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, so is for chemicals, and BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, is for electronics. Okay, so option B is right. Okay, A ka 2, B ka 4, C ka 1, D ka 3. 97th question. Match list 1 with list 2. So matching, there is NH2. So NH7 is the longest national highway in the India. So it's between Varanasi and Kanyakumari. So you can remember Varanasi, Jabalpur, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Bengaluru, Madurai, and Kanyakumari. NH2 goes between Delhi to Kolkata. So this is also very long. Delhi, Agra, Allahabad, Kolkata. So NH4 goes between NH4. Let's check it out. What is option D? A ka 3, B ka 2. So NH4 is goes to Thane to Chennai. So NH8 goes between Delhi to Mumbai. So this is right option. So we'll go with D option. A ka 3, B ka 2, C ka 4, D ka 1. Okay. 1 carbon credit is accepted as equivalent to. So this is very popular these days. Actually, 1,001 ton of carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay. An emulsion consists of, so 2 liquids. This is very simple. Which of the following radioactive substance enters the human body through food chain and causes many physiological disorder? So actually all of them are actually these are radioactive substance. So we'll go with strontium 90, iodine 131, cesium 137. So all of them are the right option. So this is gyroscaping is a concept related to this was popular actually, landscaping related to seawater. So in arid region actually this was concept. So landscaping related to seawater. Okay. So Joule-Thomson process is extremely useful and economical for attaining low temperature. The process can be categorized as. So actually this is a kind of science question. This is a little difficult one. So few people can answer this one. Actually this some people who are in mechanical engineering stream, they can answer this question. Dou T over 2P at H for constant enthalpy. So this is isenthalpic process. Okay. Ultrasonic waves are produced by, so it's produced by piezoelectric material. Please do remember this one. This is a very simple one. Okay. So let's talk about 1/4 question. A person throws an object on a horizontal frictionless plane surface. It is noticed that there are two forces acting on this object: gravitational pull and normal direction of the surface. So both are perpendicular to each other. Both are against each other. According to third law of motion, the net resultant force is 0. Okay. Which one the following can be said for the motion of the object? So frictionless. So the object will move with acceleration. No chance of acceleration. The object will move with deceleration. No chance of that. The object will move with constant speed but varying direction. No direction. Why direction will vary? So the object will move with constant velocity. So D option must be right. Okay. Let's talk about 1/5 question. So following statement, let's see. The chain reaction process is used in nuclear bombs to release a vast amount of energy, but in nuclear reactors there is no chain reaction. So that's not true. So first one is wrong. In a nuclear reactor the reaction is controlled, while in nuclear bombs the reaction is uncontrolled. So this is the right option. In a nuclear reactor all operating reactors are critical, while there is no question of criticality in case of nuclear bombs. Yeah, that's also true. Nuclear reactors do not use moderators, while nuclear bombs use them. No, nuclear reactors do not use moderators. Nuclear reactors use moderators. So this option must be wrong. So its right option is 2 and 3. Okay. Now let's talk about the next question. 161. A person is standing on a frictionless horizontal ground. How can he move by a certain distance on this ground? So by rolling. This is very simple. 1/7 one, in the reaction between hydrogen sulfate ion and water, HSO4 minus plus H2O, H3O plus plus SO4 2 minus. So the water acts as an acid, definitely not. Water acts as a base. Look at here. This acts as a base. Positive. Salt, no, this is not possible. Anode medium, no. For anode medium, it should come out as water. Okay. 1/8 How many hydrogen atoms are contained in 1.50 gram of glucose? C6H12O6. So you have to solve actually. This is very simple. 6.02 into power 22. Okay. The paste of white material in water is used to maintain a fractured bone fixed in place. The white material used is called plaster of Paris. This is very simple. Which of the following types of glasses is used for making optical instruments? This is flint glass. This question came several times in other exams also. So please remember this one if you want to appear other exams too. 1/16 one. Which of the following schedules of the Constitution of India has fixed the number of members of the Rajya Sabha to be elected from each state? So it's 4th schedule. Okay. Here Rajya Sabha seats are fixed. 1/17 one. Which of the following statements about various horticulture crops of the India for the year 2016-17 is not correct? So let's see directly. Rate of actually the area under horticulture crops has increased over previous years. That's true. The fruit production during the current year is higher than the previous year. This is also true. Okay. The rate of increase, no, sorry, this you have, I don't have supposed to tick like that. Okay. So rate of increase in onion production is more than potato production in the current year in comparison to the previous year. This is the wrong option actually. Onion production is somewhere around 4%, and for the potato production is somewhere around 11%. So definitely is potato production is more than onion. So this option is wrong option. The major tomato growing states are Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Odisha and Gujarat. This is the right option. Okay. So C option is right. 118th question. The phenomenon of demographic dividend of a country relates to a sharp decline in total population. No. An increase in the working age population. Yeah, this is true option. A decline in the infant, no. An increase in succession, no. This is not possible. So B option is right. Let's talk about 119th question. Arrange the following events in the sequential order as they happen in India. So Mahalanobis model was the second model actually. First was Harrod-Domar model. So then after happened plan holiday, then after rolling plan. So this is simple one. So A option is right. Now this is the last question. The monetary policy in India uses which of the following tools? So bank rate is followed by them, and open market operation. This is for government securities actually. So option 2 is right. 1 and 2 both are right. So we'll go with A option. So that's all for this paper. CDS paper is done. So that's all for now, and thank you so much. Please do not forget to subscribe my channel. So that's all. Bye bye, take care, good night.